the dungeons of Barad-dûr.
Escaped. Or was set loose.
Hey guys, if you haven't seen my last video on Gandalf's knowledge on Gollum's torture, please check that out before continuing with this video. In my last video, we uncovered that Aragorn led Gollum into Mirkwood, where he was then questioned by Gandalf on his knowledge of the ring. This is all in a timeline between Frodo inheriting the ring from Bilbo and setting out from the Shire to Rivendell. So what happened to the mischievous creature Gollum post his interrogation from Gandalf? Poor old Smeagol had suffered much. He was tortured and tormented. The fear of Sauron was very much still fresh and deep in his heart. Aragorn himself believed Gollum's malice was great, and if he were free, he could cause much mischief. He was glad he was under the care of the elves in Mirkwood. It was a surprise that Sauron allowed Gollum to leave the dungeons of Barad-dûr.
He escaped the dungeons of Barad-dûr.
Escaped. Or was set loose.
Sauron's main ambitions as a lord was to control. Perhaps Gollum went into Smeagol's persona and bided to do Sauron's will if he let him live. Nonetheless, Gollum was set loose and began travelling north. It was fortunate Aragorn stumbled across Gollum in the dead marshes, taking Gollum to be imprisoned. The wood elves in his care were overkind to the creature, who perhaps did what he does best, and allowed pity to befall him, a common scheme to not feel the full extent of the wrath of his captors. At Gandalf's bidding, Gollum was guarded day and night, but the elves did not have the heart to keep him in the old, dark dungeons beneath the earth, for Smeagol would fall into his old Gollum-like behaviours. Perhaps they learnt from the misunderstandings which led to the imprisoning of the company of Thorin Oakenshield. Due to their leniency, when the weather was fair, the elves would allow him to climb a lone, isolated tree, so he could feel the free summer breeze. One day, Gollum climbed this lone tree, refusing to come down at the guard's commands. Conveniently, on a black, starless, and moonless night, whilst Gollum was stubbornly refusing to come down from the lone tree, the elves on guard were attacked by orcs. The orcs were eventually pushed back, coming from over the mountains. They were unused to the terrain of the woods. After the armies of Sauron were driven away, there was only sign that Gollum had escaped. The tread of his footprints that were found led south of the elven sanctuary of Mirkwood, towards Dol Guldur, which had regained the evil that was driven away in the year that Smaug was slain. As mentioned earlier, this validates that Gollum was let go freely by Sauron. Sauron isn't a fool. He knew that he couldn't trust Gollum, but there is one thing that he knew beyond doubt. Gollum was determined to find the ring. The ring would be safe with him if he were to regain it, and if he did, he wouldn't dare destroy it. Nor would he be a threat to Sauron, who would easily find Gollum and take back his ring. This being the reason Gollum was set loose from Barad-dûr, which would make it far simpler, as opposed to a kingdom finding the ring, which consisted of men, elves, or dwarves, comprising of defense systems and armies of competent soldiers, fitted with armor and weapons. That is my theory, take it with a grain of salt, as that is the spirit of this channel. Sauron must have known that Gollum was stranded by the elves in Mirkwood. He would learn of this from his many spies, most likely birds that were aware that Gollum had a purpose for the Dark Lord. Due to Gollum being allowed out in the open air regularly by the elves, it would not have been difficult for the spies of Sauron to liaise an escape plan. On the darkest summer night, orcs attacked from over the mountains, allowing Gollum to escape. Gollum was well aware of the plan, and it's clear the Dark Lord wished for Gollum to be free, for his own evil intentions. Sauron orchestrated this, although in the end, it would backfire in the worst possible way for the Dark Lord, with the ring being destroyed, and Sauron's remaining life essence being completely diminished. It may interest some of you to know that Legolas was sent by his kin to disclose of the escape of Smeagol for the Council of Elrond. Without Gollum's escape, Legolas would have never attended the meeting, although he did not know the severity of the potential consequences this planned escape could have had on Middle-earth. I hope you enjoyed this video and my theory. If you did, please like and subscribe for more Lord of the Rings content. As always, Melanin, Hanonle for watching, and I'll see you on the next episode of Lord of the Rings Theory.